Here's one of our favorite clips from Neighborly Discourse with Billy and Steve.
Man, I don't know which one I want to tell you first.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you this because I'm watching basketball, national basketball. I get to see a lot of advertisement now, right? Which I don't watch TV, so I never see ads. There's this ad that's out there that I don't know if I'm just being Mr. Conspiracy Guy, or is this something that we should all be concerned with? There's an ad where it's advertising a Buick Enclave, I think. Do you know what I'm talking about? The ad I'm talking about?
No.
And in this Buick Enclave, they start off in the house, and the mom yells, "Alexa, start the Enclave," and the car starts. And then everyone gets into a cool car, and then the whole drive they're talking to Alexa.
Yeah.
And so it's you would think it's an Alexa commercial, but really it's a Buick commercial, right?
Okay.
Have you ever watched Designated Survivor?
No.
Okay, Designated Survivor. I'm not going to tell you the plot of it, but I can tell you there's one scene where FBI, a federal official, I think it's FBI, I can't remember, but a federal official was driving his car, and all of a sudden he no longer had control of his car, and his car drove him off a bridge. And I saw this 5 years ago, and now I'm watching this Alexa commercial. It's not even an Alexa commercial. It's a Buick commercial, but I'm watching this Buick commercial, and I'm like, hold on a second, man. I don't want AI, any sort of AI, controlling my car.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, it can. That means that if I can remotely control my car, that means someone else can remotely control my car.
Go back on YouTube, Rumble, and our podcast. Look up the Conspiracy Corner episode ESG. We talk about it in that episode. Where right now you get in these new cars, they have the automatic start. Where you get to a stoplight, you press your brake, it turns your car off. So you got to press the button to get rid of that. Now, in like other parts of the world, the police can pull your OnStar.
Can you explain that? Because I don't think I understand what you just said.
Because it's bad for the environment to waste gas. They turn your vehicle off at a red light.
Literally,
it shuts you down.
Turns it off.
It turns off the engine. And then when you take your foot off the gas, the car starts back up and you go. So you can press a button to turn it off. Amy's car has it. My truck has it. Everybody, I would say, I think my mom's has it too. So she's like maybe 2018, 19, 20 car she has.
Right.
So it's around there. So they have that out there. So that was part of the episode where if you don't have a good social score, they're going to turn your car off, or they'll locate you, because in other countries you're allowed to pull the OnStar, pull the GPS, and track where you are. We're not allowed to do it here, but we do it here. You know what I mean?
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
So are you with me? So you must be with me because you did the episode, right?
Yeah.
That gives me a lot of concern. The idea that some other entity can control my car at any given time.
Yeah.
I
mentioned it with Elon Musk. He's trying to do his thing. We're giving satellites all around the orbit so everyone can have internet. And we all know people with good intentions get, the bad people take over and screw it.
Right.
So they're going to find a way to connect everyone to the internet and control everybody, whether it be like I said, with the ESG, with your money, digital currency, they'll erase that from your bank account. Your car can stop and start. Hey, you can't leave so you get your ESG score up. Your car's permanently shut down and you can't do anything. Or if you're a dignitary of some sort, hey, he happened to go off the cliff at night because it's a wet road. When you find out it's San Diego, 25 and sunny, someone told his car to make a left off the bridge, and that's it.
Right.
That kind of stuff, far-fetched as it may be, is not impossible. It's far-fetched, but it's not impossible.
And I think that's what's important, that it's not impossible.
Yeah.
And that we know that people are evil, that people do evil things.
Yeah.
Look, you can look at our government right now and see how our country has changed in just, 18 months? I'm not even sure how many months now. About 18 months. How far it's changed. If there's certain policies or powers that are given to our government When times are good, you're not going to notice it. But when times are bad, that because they're on the books, that's when it can come and just wreak havoc. But I'm going to give you an example of that, but I want to go back to something you were saying about ESG. You were talking theoretical about how they could influence us because of our ESG score.
Yeah.
Dude, you just mentioned Elon Musk. You heard what happened with him and his ESG score?
No.
His company, Jeff, I hope you're listening to this, because we months ago brought up how, who was it that brought it up? I think it was Glenn Beck. It's the first time that I heard about how ESG was affecting our financial services, and that he said, go and find out if you can invest in anything with ESG or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, because my daughter was looking to invest money, we got a financial service person together, and I asked a question about ESG. And she was like, yes, we have ESG, but we have funds, ESG funds, but they're a $20,000 buy-in. And I remember Jeff was saying, Steve, man, you off air, he texted me or emailed me and told me, like, I'm reaching. He called his financial people, and he can invest for $5,000. He didn't see anything there, right?
Well, that wasn't the argument. The argument was there, not whether the variations of it. Simply yes or no. Do they have this?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
And the thing about it is that, again, it goes back to, don't look at what's happening now. Look at what they're trying to do in the future. Like you got to project this out, because if all you're doing is looking at now, you're playing checkers while they're playing chess. Okay. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, who has, wait for it, a green company, right? I mean, everything.
he has the
green company.
Yeah, not just any company. He's got the gold standard.
Yes. He was removed from an ESG index in the Fortune 500.
The S&P 500
right.
took him down. Yeah.
Took him out. Just on this, listen, you don't even have to know any details at all. We don't even have to drill down anywhere. Just the idea that I'm telling you that the man who made his fortune based on green energy has been taken off of an index that is purported to be a green energy index. And he was removed from it because he wasn't green enough. Dude, man. When I tell you, and I know that if Jeff's listening to this, he's going to say, "Oh, Steve, you're misconstruing what really happened, whatever." Look, man, I'm telling you, just the optics alone, regardless of the details, and I know the details, but there's other things we want to talk about. But the optics alone, it doesn't make sense. And if they could do this to Elon Musk, and it's funny because I tell you what. Elon Musk has had 2 or 3 things that have hit him over the last week. And I can tell you there's a concerted effort to try to undermine Elon Musk and to like wedge him into a corner.
Oh yeah, we saw.
They're coming after him.
They threw the child's play. They put the sexual assault against him.
Yeah.
We'll know it's really getting heated up when they start calling them racist stuff. But be interesting.
No, they did already.
Be interesting to call the African guy racist.
Listen, they did already. In fact, man, who was it? It was one of the girls, one of the women from that group. We call them the tribe, not the tribe, but the you know what I'm talking about, the far left wing of the party. I forgot what we call them now, but AOC is in it. Omar Iliam is in it, and there's Presley is in it. There's like 5 women that are in it. But one of those women put an article out talking about his South African roots, and that he was living in South Africa during the apartheid regime, and how how that racist regime, how it might affect him and how he does business now in modern day time.
You mean a 5-year-old kid, 6-year-old kid? That's how. I mean, these people they're asinine. They're so stupid.
I'm just
it's
telling you. I'm
unbelievable.
just telling you. You said they're going to come out to the races. I'm like, they already did. They already came out there.
That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean.
But listen,
They're reaching now.
It's the beginning.
That's
it's
the toe in the water to see if it's
going to fly.
Their
if it's going to
miscreants
stick.
are going to catch on. If that doesn't work, okay, ratchet up to a 3.
Right.
If that doesn't work, ratchet up to a 5. If that doesn't work, okay, give him the Joe Rogan treatment. Comment, check everything is his entire life. Piece together a video and let's run it out there and see.
Now listen, here's what's interesting about that is that I did not know because they came out after him about that, right? His mom responded and said that, and I didn't even know this. She said, "What you guys don't know is that in South Africa, if you spoke against the regime, black or white, they would come after you. They would put you in jail."
Hold on a second. You mean they don't know that other countries don't allow you to speak open and freely? This is news to them? I can't believe it. Wow. You couldn't say that the dictator was a bad guy and that would have been okay? And listen, Jeff, so you don't have to have that much of a conversation with Steve about the ESG score. Tesla has officially been kicked off ESG, the S&P 500 ESG index, which tracks securities meeting substantial sustainability criteria relating to environment, social, and governance, the ESG markers. The index completed its annual rebalance, and Tesla did not make the cut. So this isn't a conspiracy theory. According to S&P Dow Jones, Tesla has been removed from the ESG index for claims of racial discrimination and Tesla's autopilot crashes. So this isn't, we're not in the conspiracy corner right now. This is on marketrealist.com, why Tesla was removed from S&P 500. Now, this is one publication. I'm not going to go searching for more. We're on a time crunch. But according to this article, which quotes S&P 500, they did not make the cut when their ESG score was rebalanced. So, if you do not play ball, they're going to blacklist you.
There's no doubt about it.
I would love to sound the alarm here, but they said it. If they were misquoted, I imagine they'd have them redact the information, pull the article. But this was from S&P 500. They rebalanced the score, and Tesla no longer makes it.
No longer makes it. And ironically enough, within the last month, you have Elon Musk saying that he wants to buy Twitter, or actually is trying to buy Twitter, which incidentally...